or sing.
I love it.
Hello and welcome back to the Diana d'Orville podcast. Today I am very pleased to introduce you to Farrah el Dibany. Born and raised in Egypt, Farrah is a Mezzo Soprano, performing between prestigious Opéra de Paris, Bolchoï in Moscow, Berlin Opera, Biennale dell'Arte di Venezia, and very soon at Dubai Opera. In other words, I am a complete fan. She makes me think of a modern Dalida or Fairuz, or a Middle Eastern diva seen at Institut du Monde Arabe extraordinary exhibition last year in Paris. I hope you will enjoy this episode as much as I did interviewing her. Bonne écoute.
Can you briefly walk us through your story?
It all started in Alexandria in Egypt. You know, I'm Egyptian, was born and raised there. At the age of 14, my music teacher heard my voice and told me that I need to be singing opera. It's made for opera. So I started to train my voice as an opera singer. I started singing with orchestra at a very early age in Alexandria, the Biblioteca Alexandrina, the Cairo Opera House. When I was ready vocally, I went to Germany, to Berlin, and I auditioned at one of the most prestigious music schools in the world. In parallel, I continued my studies in architecture. Exactly. Mm-hmm. During my studies in Berlin, I sang the role of Carmen. Yeah, the famous opera by Bizet. How I came to Paris, it was a turning point in my career, I have to say. And I started in 2016 in Paris.
Amazing.
As in their young artist troupe. So Paris for me was these 3 years were really important in my career because they changed so many things. They put me on a different level. They put me on a different map, let's say. So Paris was really a voyage. When I was in Paris, I got to go to Moscow, to Bolchoï, to sing there. I went to China to sing there. I went to Beirut in the Middle East. The Biennale, as you said, the Biennale dell'Arte in Venezia, where I got to sing the French Pavilion to represent actually France and the Paris Opera House in the French Pavilion with the renowned artist Xavier Veillon. It's historically very prestigious and there's so many, Berlin as well, of course, but Paris has something very special because it's always been a hub for art. So while I was at the Paris Opera, for example, I got to do a lot of collaborations with, for example, Centre Pompidou. I did a concert, something there in collaboration with Prada.
Sort of intertwining of all the arts coming together.
Exactly. I did also with Musée Rodin for the Paris Opera.
Magical. You this is my safe haven there.
Really?
Musée Rodin. I was living next to it and I love it. We talked about, the hors du temps kind of atmospheres. It's exactly that.
Exactly. You feel like you're not here now and then.
You
just, yes.
Absolutely.
I love this mix. I've always loved this mix. Mixing all kinds of arts together.
How do you stay on top of your game?
You see, as an opera singer, because you're doing something physical, you always have to be on top of your game. You always have to be fit physically. And mentally, of course, but physically. What helps me a lot is actually meditation. It helps me stay focused somehow. I do a lot of breathing exercises that keep me calm, so I'm not nervous before performances. Whenever I feel like I'm losing my ground, meditation makes me find my anchor. And I always do that before performances, right before going on stage. I just meditate for a couple of minutes, closing my eyes and breathing in, having one focus, eliminating anything else around this. It's about visualizing. I visualize myself on stage in this moment singing this exact thing that I'm supposed to sing. So you need to be mentally strong to be able to support what your body is doing.
In a world that gets increasingly digital, what is your vision on the future of the arts industry and the role of the arts in our everyday lives?
Because of COVID, we had to go digital. Everyone, even opera, went digital, which is not very typical opera. Opera was very traditional in a way. What I've tried out during COVID is actually to give online concerts, to just try to be closer to people while everyone was home, So I gave actually 2 Instagram live concerts.
At home?
At home.
Amazing.
From my living room, on Instagram, through my phone, and I had... Actually, it was amazing because I didn't expect having all these people watching and commenting and people who are not even into opera. but they were
It's
just
a great way to discover.
exactly. Then also communicating with the people, with the audience, which you don't get at opera house all the time. There's always this distance. So I was very happy to actually to receive questions, to receive recommendations. So I really love the fact that I'm getting closer to the audience and to the people, not making opera niche.
And the role of opera in people's lives.
I think art is a necessity. It's not just a luxury, it's a necessity. But I think people survive a lot of things because of the existence and creation and culture. I think it helps a lot in our psychological being and mental well-being.
The way we grow.
Yes. Makes an opera. I think opera transfers people to a different era, different dimension as well. It's an art form that shows excellency, discipline, perfection in a way, very high art, and I think it's impressive. People are always impressed by opera, even if they don't like it. Like you would be incredibly involved with it when you watch opera, when you listen to opera. It just takes you. Like all other art forms, but just all of them need to coexist. And it's good to have this diversity. It's good to have this. It's very healthy.
What is your relationship to clothes and fashion?
Always loved fashion and cinema as well.
But these are closely intertwined, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Cinema defines your icons and style.
They're very close.
Yeah.
So I love combining fashion with opera. I love beautiful couture dresses, like one. But
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? But I just love, working on, okay, which look do I feel like for this specific concert in this specific place with this audience, with what I'm singing. For example, I had a concert in Marrakesh that was on France 2. I chose an Oscar de la Renta kaftan, which is very, Moroccan. Mm-hmm. So I like combining modern
traditional historical.
For this same event, I was actually wearing 200-year-old jewelry from the Moroccan royal family.
Yeah, so you wear history as well.
Exactly.
But you're like in symbiosis with the place you're singing at.
Exactly.
Alors, first 3 words when you think of Diana d'Orville.
Bold, feminine, and powerful.
I love it. What did you dream of as a little girl, and what would you tell her today?
What I remember as a little girl, I was always dreaming of being on stage. I have a certain attraction. I'm attracted to the stage. What I would tell my little self is actually keep dreaming. Like, don't stop dreaming. Don't stop visualizing and seeing yourself doing something.
You host a dinner.
Yeah.
Who do you invite? What do you cook? And what do you wear?
I would like to invite Dalida.
Yes.
Of course, Frank Sinatra as well, Audrey Hepburn, maybe the Fairuz, King of Egypt, former King of Egypt, and Fairuz, who is the famous Lebanese singer, still alive, of course. I would love to. For me, it would be a dream to meet her. There's a very old singer, Asmahan, Lebanese singer who made her career in Egypt. Hind Rostom, who is a very famous Egyptian actress. Like, she's the Marilyn Monroe of the Middle East.
Okay. And part of the divas that we talked about.
Exactly. She was also in the diva Arabe at the Institut du Monde Arabe. She and Asmahan, and Fairuz and Dalida, of course. What I'll be cooking is Egyptian, the famous Egyptian soup, Bolchoï. It's a very famous, typical Egyptian from the Pharaohs, actually, a very famous pharaonic dish. Bolchoï with chicken and rice, grilled kofta. Yeah.
J'ai faim maintenant.
Moi aussi. What I'll be wearing, actually, why not? I think for such an event I could be wearing one of the Diana d'Orville outfits.
Very good answer.
Why
I'm
not?
all in.
It could fit actually comfortable, but still, classy and elegant. It could fit such an event, different.
Any music or film that gets you through everything?
At the moment I'm listening a lot to 60s era Egyptian music in this era. I feel like I need to discover it more, but I feel like I want to maybe sing it or start, performing this style of music, working on it, and film an Egyptian movie of a contemporary director. It's called Feathers. It's not a commercial movie. It's a very, artistic, unusual movie.
Your safe haven or dream destination?
Being by the sea. I grew up by the Mediterranean Sea in Alexandria. I really feel always the happiest and the safest when I'm near the sea, when I can smell, the air. And I feel like you need it. The sun also there is different, the warmth of the sun. My dream destination, actually Latin America. I would love to go there and stay for months.
Like with a backpack and just walk everywhere.
Just try everything. Try their food. I love dancing. I love their music. I love their songs. Yeah.
Merci Farrah.
Thank you, Audrey, Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
More to come.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for listening, and very special thanks to you, Farrah. That was a wonderful time. I loved it. À bientôt.